worse.
Gathoni Kuria's negative experience with a supervisor at a Kenyan media outlet derailed her plans for a career in journalism.
I went to pitch an idea to him, and he was just looking at my hips intentionally, very intentionally. Like I'm speaking to him, but he's like just looking at my hips and then going up to my breast and not looking at my face.
Kuria worked at the same media house for 2 years, trying to launch her career in print and broadcast. But she says rejecting sexual advances from a supervisor changed that trajectory. Her harasser wasn't interested in her professional growth.
He did not really care whether I published or not. He did not even sweat or struggle to even tell me go do a certain story unless I came up with an idea. And that idea would be merged up sometimes with someone else's story. So you see, I became almost like just a trophy seated at the desk.
Kuria's former supervisor told VOA her claims are ridiculous and suggested she report them to the police. Kuria's case isn't isolated. Around 65% of female journalists surveyed in Kenya say they face physical or verbal harassment. The figure puts Kenya top of a list of 20 countries included in a study by the World Association of Newspapers and News Publishers, or one IFRA's Women in News organization and City University of London. The study also shows in about 80% of cases, women do not report the incidents. One way to curb the problem is to highlight it, say local advocates.
Create that open environment and safe spaces for people to talk about sexual harassment. Then the person who wants to hide in the secrecy of it to harass their victims will, of course, they will feel exposed.
It can be hard to secure justice too. Harassers risk being fired, but they still find work elsewhere. So the Association of Women Media in Kenya is creating a special committee to help bring suspected attackers to court.
There are cases where we've had even an intern raped at a gunpoint in Kisumu. But if you look at even how that case was handled, the media house sat, listened to the case, found the guy guilty and fired him. But after he was fired, went to another media house. So the cycle continues. There's no redress. There's no punishment. There's no justice for the victim.
Kuria for now has abandoned her aspirations to be a journalist, but media advocates hope the Women in News study will shine a light on sexual harassment in the newsrooms and offer support for reporters like Kuria. Victoria Amunga for VOA News, Nairobi.